Greetings, nail techs. Hello. Hello, hello. Hi. See if I can get you guys turned a little bit. Oh, yeah, my light is right in the wrong spot. Isn't that awesome? Okay. Well, I'm sure glad I put that University of Nails thing behind me. Although the light is definitely better for not making me look like a floating head. Nails over coffee. And what is today? It is February 24th. And today we have mornings aren't pretty. We have a latte in the sad hello from Newfoundland. And for my UK nail friend who tagged me in the post, oh, see, told you, had one. Life isn't pretty. Yeah, I know, Tanya, I'm sorry. You're kind of having a rough go of it. But what we're going to talk about is way more fun. Way more fun. So we'll let everybody get joined in here. It usually takes a few minutes for everybody to kind of come on in. Welcome, welcome. How is everybody today? Other than Tanya, we know how Tanya is. You guys doing some kick-ass nails today or what? Ooh, I definitely like my lighting better from this angle. I got to figure out what to do about the glare off my University of Nails sign behind me, but I definitely like the light up high like that. All right, well, without any further ado, we'll put Minnie down here. So we have been having a lively conversation on my Facebook page about coffin nails versus ballerina nails. Oh, poor Tanya. All right, well, I hope your mom's doing better. And we have a trying to learn one stroke. Boy, I hear you on that. That's on my list of things to do this year. So let me see if I can find this conversation. So it started out in a group, and then I wanted to post about it. And so I started to feel like I was kind of a nutcase, but then some people sort of agreed with me. Hi, Monica. Some people sort of agreed with me, and I thought, well, maybe I'm not as nutty as I thought I was. And so I post entirely too much stuff on my Facebook because it's going to take me a second to find the conversation. So we were wondering if coffin nails and ballerina nails were the same or if they're different. And, oh, seriously, Michelle? Okay, here we go. So, I think that coffin nails and ballerina nails are different. And a lot of people think they're the same. And apparently almost everybody outside of the nail industry thinks they're the same because it only takes a brief Pinterest browse searching either coffin or ballerina and coming up with the same pictures. So clearly the layman thinks they're the same. And a lot of nail techs I've talked to say they're the same. And Tanya says different. And so I commented that in this group that I thought they were different, and I sort of felt like I was the only weirdo who thought they were different. So I posted on my page, and we've had some not really hearing ballerina up here in our area very often. I think coffins are rectangular unless you're watching black and white movies. An agreement that they were different and thought they were too. It says but Denise said, but then I saw coffin nails straight down the barrel and saw that the forms are folded on the side, making the nail look more like a box than a tube. Of course, they're tapered like the ballerina, and I think the ballerina is just a stiletto filed straight across. And then Brenda agreed with me that I thought the coffin nails have sharper corners than the ballerina, that the ballerina is more soft because like you would imagine like a ballerina point shoe. And so we were discussing that maybe people who were exposed to ballet look at them differently because we know what point shoes look like and feel like. So Tammy thought ballerina were shorter than coffin. Because they're shorter, of course, they'd have a sharper taper. So I did find some pictures. We'll go over those in a second. I did ask the Europeans. I asked in Prof Nail in English and in German, and I only got one response, which said that they're the same. And then there was some difference, saying the toe box of a point shoe is more rounded. And Hillary Fry says, in the beginning, they were both the same. Coffin was the first name. Then people began using ballerina because they didn't like the term coffin. But then Hillary posted, and I thought this was an interesting thing, representing the cuticle and representing the free edge. So here's the coffin, and the cuticle is up here where the skull is. And the free edge is down here. So there's a coffin. And then we've got a point shoe, which you can see does look the same, but I think, again, has more rounded lines. I think that a coffin has that wider when it comes out from the nail bed kind of thing. So, Suki talked about it yesterday. When he first saw the shape, he thought that they were called esqueletos, which is Spanish for skull or skeleton. So coffin style. So let's look at some pictures, shall we? Let's look at some pics. So let me get to the pics on my handy dandy iPad. And let's go with, is it coffin or is it ballerina? So let's start with this one. Coffin or ballerina? What do you think? Coffin or ballerina? Da na 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 na. It's like the Jeopardy music. Na na. Coffin. I'm gonna wait to say what I think until everybody answers who's gonna answer. I think that might be all the answers we're getting on that one. I agree. I think that these are coffin. I also think that these are coffin. Made exponentially more coffin-like by the cross on the ring nail on that one. I think these are short coffins. They can't really be much more angular because they're short. They could be filing into their corners. But now here's where it starts to get tricky. What about these? Ballerina or coffin? What do you think? Should I do the Jeopardy music again? Na 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 na. Coffin. Okay. Any other votes? Coffin. Tanya must be driving now. See, and I think coffin, okay, another coffin. I think coffin only because if you look at these lines right here, from here to there, look how straight that is, and then straight across. Same thing on every nail. So, okay, I think we can all agree then that these are also coffin, although not as pronounced. They're not as wide right across the beginning of the free edge. Like they don't have as much of a, okay. So how about these? Ballerina or coffin? Ballerina or coffin? I know what I think. I think I'm waiting for some answers. ballerina or coffin? Figure I'll make the picture dance while we're sitting here. Ballerina. Okay, we have a ballerina. Ballerina. Yay! Okay, I agree. I think they're ballerinas. So maybe I'm not as crazy as I thought I was. Okay, so now here we start to get a little tricky. Sides are rounded. Yes, that's... Well, you guys, come on. I got the pictures off of Pinterest. There's going to be variance between the nails because a lot of them aren't pro done. Okay, what about these? Coffin or ballerina? I had a real hard time with this one. I was also looking at the thumbnails, which you can kind of see down the barrel, which one is flat and one is curved. So the one that's flat, I would say was more coffin, and the one that's curved, I'd say was more ballerina. So like this nail right here, I'd say for sure is ballerina, right? You start getting into these nails over here, and they look a lot more coffin to me. And like this one, I'm not even really sure what's going on with that one. So, okay, but I think we're all like getting the same kind of idea. Ballerina or coffin? Ballerina or coffin? I feel like we're playing a game show here. Ballerina? See, and to me, this is the very definition. Okay, so we have a coffin vote and two ballerinas. See, when I look at this nail and this nail, there's another coffin. When I look at these, I think coffin. When I look at like this nail, this one, and this one on this side, I think ballerina. So I think, again, I think we've all kind of agreed it's in the angles. I think, so based on that, I think we can all agree that these are coffin. Now, after looking at those last ones, these are clearly coffin. So I think we get, oops, that's my Facebook page. I think we get sort of lulled into different things. These, a lot of us thought were ballerina. These, a lot of us agreed were ballerina. But then if you go through, those are clearly coffin. Right, so I think, to me, ballerina are a bit curvier. So that's exactly my thing, is I think, when I think coffin, people are blending them into the same shape. And that's what it appears to be. So I think that a ballerina is like an almond with the end cut off. It's got softer lines. It's like maybe even an elongated almond, but it's more like an almond with a flat where the toe goes. And I think coffin, and I think more like a stiletto with the tip chopped off, because it's got that more angular side, whether it come from a C curve from the form or the way it's filed. To me, coffin has those more sharper lines on the side. So let's agree today that we are going to start a movement of, we are going to define ballerina as an almond with a flat tip and coffin as a stiletto with a flat tip. Maybe then we can agree, then it doesn't really have anything to do with length. We're relating it to another shape. Because this is going to get way crazier before it gets better if people keep messing up the terms. We're going to have people coming in. We're going to spend 15 minutes consulting with our clients, just trying to figure out what shape they're actually talking about, which I don't know about you, but I don't have any time for that. So that is what I think. Well, I'm getting some, oh my God, yes. It is. It's awful. You spend forever trying to figure out what shape they're talking about, because they say coffin, but then you like do coffin and they're like, ooh, those are really sharp. Can you round them down a little bit? And then you're like, no, that's ballerina. Okay, so we're going to put that out there. I'm going to put it out there on my Facebook to public, and I'm going to share it to Nails Over Coffee, and I'm going to share it to the University of Nails, and it's going to be public, and so we can all share it from there. And we're going to start a movement, man. Hashtag coffin versus ballerina. Okay? Get it straight. Okay. So I owe some credit to, I said the other day, I made a comment about corrective fills that I had heard in a group that somebody, anytime that a client came in, a client came in with nails that they had gone somewhere else and had gotten all messed up, or they were a new client who had who knows what on their nails and they just want to fill, or maybe it's, we don't know what the product is, so we don't want to risk soaking it off because we don't know what's going on under there, those kind of things. And I said this group member had a term for it that I was going to steal, which is corrective fill. So just like we talk about corrective color for hair, she uses corrective fill, which covers a whole laundry list of things. And it's basically a fill that's going to take more time and maybe a little more product. So you're going to charge more for it. So it's a corrective fill. And so I need to give credit for that. Hi, Lisa. I need to give credit for that. It was Melissa Motley. And I believe we were in the CNTC group. But just, I wanted to give credit for Melissa Motley. Robin Schwartz and I both agreed that we were stealing. And Beverly Ashdown. We all agreed that we were stealing corrective fill, and now I'm passing it on to you guys. So I want to give credit where credit is due. So that's Melissa Motley. And, yeah, that's totally getting added onto my menu. Most of my regulars don't drift off too far anywhere most of the time, but, you know, it happens. Or you get somebody who's a new client and maybe you didn't know until you got them in your chair. All right. Bye, Lisa. Catch you on the replay. Well, I won't, but yeah, definitely adding corrective fill to mine. Because then we don't have to worry about it. So like if your regular fill is 35 and your 2-color fill is 45, then maybe say a corrective fill. Okay, and CND, according to Tanya, who's Island Nail Girl, it's Tanya Sisson, CND calls it a diagnostic rebalance. That sounds so clinical. I mean, it's accurate. And as long as we're calling it something, I guess it really doesn't matter what we're calling it. Because, of course, CND does rebalances. So I kind of like, I know, bad connections suck. Tired of bad connections. So I like corrective fill because maybe we could put it at like, you know, the $45 mark. So we don't have to have the excuse of a 2-color backfill. But, oh my God, I think you'll need an MD after your name, right? Yeah, diagnostic rebalance. I think that name-wise, that sort of flirts a little bit. Depends on what your whole branding is, though. You know, I mean, if you're somebody who does a lot of whatever you call them, medi-pedis, or maybe you are, you know, you've done the certified medical podiatrist program through MediNails or any of that kind of stuff, then maybe that would better fit with your branding. So yeah, some of it has to do with your branding. I'm more of a corrective fill kind of girl, but diagnostic rebalance is definitely another way to look at it as well. What else did I say we were going to talk about today? Oh, that stupid Huffington Post article. Good God. I want to do that so much. Yeah, that it will definitely make it changes. The MediNails program changes sort of the trajectory of what you're doing. And it really depends on what you want to do as far as your branding, you know? So I'm barefoot certified, and I do a lot of different toenail enhancements and pedicures on what I think we would define as special needs type stuff that I retail them products use at home, and I use some sort of an enhancement maybe on them, those kind of things. I am at a point in my career that I don't think I will monetarily benefit enough from the investment in the MediNails program. I'd love to take it, but yes, in Miami, saying it'll make me stand out of so many others, especially in Miami. I absolutely agree with that. So when you're looking at maybe your market where everybody's wearing open-toed shoes all year round, where you have a higher incidence of humidity. So there's going to be a lot more incident of fungal infections, either not just toenails, but feet too. Having that specialty, being able to work with the referrals with the podiatrist and all that kind of stuff, cha-ching, money. Yeah, definitely something to set you out from the pack, which is definitely what we are. Anybody who's watching this is not your average nail tech. This Huffington Post article. So if you haven't seen it today, it is, you'll never look at French tips the same way. Yes, and cheap no sanitation bars. So again, this is my point. In flowing right into that with the cheap no sanitation bars, I don't know where they found the experts that they talked to for this article, but one is a nail tech expert, who I don't know who it is, but that doesn't mean anything. I don't know everybody. And the other one was a dermatologist. And it's just fear-mongering. This whole article, it's like, it's not so bad that you can say it's false or it's lying or it's deceptive. It's just so subtly not accurate that it sounds believable if you're not a properly trained nail tech. It sounds like maybe it could be true, which for consumers who are reading the HuffPost, that to me amounts to fear-mongering. And that just yanks my chain. So amongst things that were stated in this article were, and I'll post the link to it in the comments below on Facebook, were things like that in order to get a fill, you have to soak in acetone for 10 to 15 minutes. No, I'm pretty sure that even if we use gel polish, I like to find nail techs that are habitually using gel polish, which that's not what the article says. It says acrylic, and it says a fill, not a gel polish. But I'd be hesitant to find even a lot of nail techs that are still using gel polishes that take 15 minutes to soak off. I think we've all kind of gotten past that. So this was, this nail specialist talks about, or a dermatologist. Okay, so they at least got acrylic right, which is a combination of liquid monomer and polymer powder that creates a hard protective layer. Okay. And that they harden from exposure to air. For the most part, that's true. The material is transparent and nail polish is applied after. No. We all know that it comes in colors and all kinds of stuff. And here is, acrylics will gradually grow out with your nails and you need to return to the salon or a nail professional in order to fill the space. This usually requires soaking your nails in acetone for 10 to 15 minutes. No, it doesn't. In order to fully remove. Okay, well, who did you talk to? Full removal and reapplication is not a fill. And anybody who says it is not properly educated. A fill is where you fill in the grow out area, the regrowth area. A backfill or an infill or different, there's some different terminologies, a rebalance. CND talks about pink and white rebalance, is where you either use an E-file to carve out the smile line, or you bevel down the whole free edge of the nail in a 2-color fill to make it a French nail again, or put new designs on, or what have you. None of which fills require soak-offs. That's a soak-off in a new set. Anyway, I continue. The dermatologist believes that there are no healthy alternatives to adding a false coat of armor to your nails. Instead, she suggests taking a break from polish and acrylics in order to achieve strong, youthful nails. Oh, so that little thing about genetics and how nails form in the nail matrix is completely unknown to this dermatologist. Glad I'm not one of her patients. And so also talking about perpetuating the myth of, and so use polishes that are free of this and free of that. And I saw the Environmental Working Group had some other crap on the local news this morning and all of that. Okay, so I've commented to the Huffington Post that when they're willing to write an article that will actually help consumers with nail products, to let me know, and I'd be more than willing to help them with that. I'm sure that I can say that I'm willing to bet Doug Schoon would probably be willing to help with that too. So I can think of no less than 24 people that would have been better to assist and contribute with this article than the 2 people who did. So I will post that in the comment section below. I posted it on my Facebook page. If you want to share it in order to get the message out to your clients, maybe share it on your business page, talking about how it's fear-mongering. I think since acrylics are the thing of this year and all the trend magazines have it, I think we're going to have to deal with some of this, like the UV light hubbub that we had to deal with for a while. And that's not saying that you have to use a UV light. That's just saying that a UV light isn't bad. Ugh. When are these things ever going to go away? They're going to plague our industry forever. How long did the thing for the hair industry last with Brazilian blowouts? Like 45 seconds? People are still talking about UV lamps with us. Like, they have to put the same ventilation in a hair salon to do Brazilian blowouts that we have to put in to use acrylics. People are still yammering away about acrylics. Nobody's talking about Brazilian blowouts. I tell ya, just don't get it. We charge for corrective fills. People think we're wacko, but have no problem going and paying $300 for corrective color. Stop messing your stuff up and asking professionals to fix it. I'm expecting them to fix it for the same price as not fixing it. It's way too much work. So, yeah, the blowouts, they know that they have all kinds of carcinogenic things, saying they're toxic. We know they have all kinds of carcinogenic things in them. And here's the thing. I don't know. I've been doing nails for 20 years. I don't have cancer. Maybe nails are a carcinogen and I just got lucky. Maybe they're not. I don't know. But all I know is that we don't know. And some things we do know. And people still use them. But we still catch crap for our liquid and powder. So, I don't know. I don't know. Anywho, so it looks like we finally have a definition on ballerina nails versus coffin nails. I will be putting that also in the comments below on Facebook. And remember, we will be rocking the hashtag of, it's like an earthquake, but it's just a teenager. The hashtag coffin versus ballerina nails. And let's see if we can start to clear this up. Maybe we should... Maybe I'll tweet it and tag Nails and Nail Pro and nail it. And maybe then we will see that come up. Let's make it a thing, man. Because we got to get some continuity. If we can't even agree in our own industry, how in the heck can they ask to be fed? Laugh out loud, right? Yeah, which is exactly what he's doing right now. He's going to go get a snack because he's going from school. All right, well, I'm going to drink my latte. And then I'm going to do some more work. There's 4 new videos up on the University of Nails. So go to universitynails.com to join. It's $10 a month, and that gives you business education specifically to the nail industry and the framework. I put a new blog post up too, talking about best how to use it. And the blog post is set to public. So go to universitynails.com, cruise around, check it out, see if you're interested in learning about writing a marketing plan and a business plan for your nail stuff and what that even all means. And I'm going to put this up on Nails Over Coffee, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. And or for those of you, I guess it will still be tomorrow, even though it is tomorrow in New Zealand. I don't know if our New Zealand peeps are here. Thank you. You should wear more pastels. Noted. I've never been a pastel girl and never been a pink girl, but I really like the color of this shirt, so I sort of got it. So maybe with my hair dark, it's different too than when it's blonde. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave my hair dark and see if this summer, for the first time ever, I can wear my favorite color, which is yellow. Never been able to wear it. Makes me look sick. Of course, if I wear it with this black backdrop, I'm just going to look like a bumblebee. All right, guys. Well, unfortunately, we've got people joining in, and I'm just getting ready to go. So pop on over, watch it on the replay. It's nice. Then you can fast forward through me if you don't want to listen anyway. We had coffin versus ballerina conversation, so that was kind of interesting for a while. All right, ladies and gents, I will catch you tomorrow. Bye. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to fix my light so my sign works. Bye.